The ever-expanding capital of Qatar is embarking on its 14th year of the Doha Jewellery and Watches exhibition. The international luxury event is, of course, an opportunity for professionals and buyers to meet, but it's also, somewhat unusually, open to the public. Some 400 companies from 10 countries around the world have made the trip. Among them, a handful of French creators, here in the hope of conquering one of the planet's most dynamic markets. Parisian jeweller Messika, founded and managed by a woman, specializes in diamonds.
15 years ago, when I was getting into the business, I was very apprehensive because it was a very male-dominated industry. I remember that at the time there was only one woman in France fronting a jewellery company, Victoire de Castellane at Dior. All the others were men. All this work I've done with comfortable jewellery, everything with chainmail, which is sort of like a second skin, well, I'm not sure a man would have come up with that.
Whether it's a woman or a man at the helm, all these businesses are working hard to answer a vital question. How can brands appeal to a Middle Eastern market without compromising any of their core aesthetic codes? Adaptation and understanding what your clients are really after is key.
They wear lots of jewellery. They love wearing lots of pieces at the same time. There's a real jewellery culture here, as opposed to Europe where it's less of a thing. And actually, I think we've managed to rather intuitively find what they want to be wearing right now.
For French jeweller Robert Van, the world's largest producer of black pearls, the most important part of designing a piece is knowing what a client wants to express through it. This necklace is shot through with no fewer than 108 diamonds.
The central stone is a 10-carat diamond, and then you have 5 carats, everything down to 1 carat.
And how much is it worth?
$3.5 million.
European jewellery houses know there's no one single type of Middle Eastern customer. But what's clear is that they know what they like, and if they like it, they're going to be wearing it. Unlike their European counterparts, whose most beautiful pieces often remain behind lock and key.
If we're talking about the customers, usually customers, unlike what we see in other markets, here they buy the watch and they wear it because it's safe in the market. You can wear an expensive watch of $1 million and walk out with it. I think in some European markets, it's a bit dangerous to wear an expensive watch and to show it around.
Anish Bhatt has loved watches since he was a child, and that passion now sees him travel the world in search of rare vintage models, all in the pursuit of growing his collection. He's been sharing his finds with fellow watch enthusiasts for 10 years.
And watches are quite a small niche, you know, when you compare it to other categories like fashion or you know, like in the female sector, like makeup and things like this. So watches are quite small. So to have a following of that size is, you know, something that I didn't expect even when I started.
Anish Bhatt has 1.7 million followers on Instagram. He's something of a watch specialist celebrity and is courted by all the big labels.
This is another Daytona also. This is a watch from 1938. It's certified by Rolex that it's an authentic watch.
So this single one in the middle, the value is well over $1.5 million US in today's market. Probably more, because this is a Paul Newman dial, 6263. It's from 1979. Cartier used to retail Rolex watches. So this reference, even on its own, without the Cartier name on there, is already very, very collectible. But with this, it pushes the value up maybe 5-6 times more.
In the world of high-end Middle Eastern luxury, commissioning a unique piece will set you back anything starting from €1 million. Nada Al-Sulaiti creates one-of-a-kind jewellery with precious stones that have often been in the family for decades. A lot of her work is for marriages, where the sky really is the limit.
For me, it's priceless, but it's worth $1.2 million, and that was a year ago. I think year by year, this piece will be more expensive because you cannot in any way do another piece the same because we've cut some stones specially for it, and the way it moves, It's very difficult to achieve that. It's very difficult to achieve everything in that piece. It's difficult.
This necklace took 8 months to make and required all of Al Sulaiti's expertise honed at a French fashion house based in London, where she was apprenticed to 2 designers, one Chinese, the other Indian.
I'm an international person. Why would I want to stay just in Qatar? And why not people understand my culture as well and see it in the language that I understand? And my language is jewellery. And that's how I can export my culture. I believe and I hope I will do that, inshallah.
Cracking the Middle East remains one of European luxury's greatest ambitions for the next 10 years. Traditional savoir-faire will be key, but so too will be understanding the place high-end jewellery occupies in the lives of the women they're trying to entice.